Huge breaking update. The White House is set to pass a brand new Social Security bill in January 2026, and it could mean significantly higher payments for millions of Americans. If you rely on Social Security or plan to in the near future, this is an update you can't afford to miss. For years, Social Security benefits have been struggling to keep up with rising living costs. Now, this new bill promises to change that, potentially putting more money in your pocket every month. But it's not just about bigger checks. This legislation could also reshape eligibility rules, benefit calculations, and even how and when you claim your benefits. If you think this is just another government announcement, think again. This is a game changer that affects retirees, disabled workers, survivors, and families across the country. And honestly, if you don't understand these changes, you risk missing out on the full benefits you deserve. In this video, I'm breaking down what the bill entails, who qualifies, what the timeline looks like, and, most importantly, what steps you need to take right now to prepare. So, if you want to stay ahead and make sure you're not left behind when these changes go live, smash that like button now. Let's get into the details and help you secure your financial future before January 2026 hits. Alright, now that you've heard the big news, let's take a moment to really understand why this matters so much. Social Security isn't just a government program, it's a lifeline. For millions of Americans, Social Security payments are the difference between struggling to pay bills and living with some sense of financial security. Yet for years, these payments have been lagging behind the actual costs of living. Inflation, rising healthcare expenses, and longer life expectancies have stretched the system thin, leaving many feeling like their benefits just don't go as far as they used to. This new bill, set to be passed in January 2026, aims to change the game by addressing these issues head-on. The proposed increases in payments are designed to reflect the true cost of living more accurately, especially for seniors and disabled workers who rely heavily on these funds. It's not just about throwing more money at the problem, it's about ensuring fairness, sustainability, and dignity for beneficiaries. Now, I know some of you might be skeptical. Maybe you're thinking, will this bill really get passed? Or, how soon will I actually see these increased payments? These are valid questions, and I'm going to walk you through what experts are saying, the political landscape, and the realistic timeline so you're not left in the dark. First, let's talk about the bill's key components. While the headline-grabbing part is the increase in monthly payments, there's so much more beneath the surface. For example, the bill is expected to adjust the formula used to calculate benefits, which means that many people, especially those who have lower lifetime earnings, will see a bigger boost compared to previous years. This kind of targeted increase is important because it helps reduce poverty among seniors and disabled individuals who are often the most vulnerable. Additionally, the bill proposes changes to the eligibility criteria that could expand access to benefits. This could include people who may have been on the edge of qualifying under older rules but now stand a better chance to receive support. It also looks to improve survivor benefits, which is a huge deal for families who depend on those payments after losing a loved one. Now, you might be wondering about the politics. Social Security is a hot topic, and while there is broad bipartisan support for improving benefits, there are also concerns about funding and how to keep the system solvent long-term. The bill's passage will depend on negotiations in Congress, and while no legislation is guaranteed, the current momentum suggests this is one of the most serious efforts we've seen in years. So, what does this mean for you? If you're already receiving Social Security benefits, this could mean more money in your pocket starting as early as the beginning of 2026. It's crucial to keep track of official announcements and any communications from the Social Security Administration so you don't miss updates specific to your situation. If you're planning to retire soon or still years away, now is the perfect time to review your strategy. Changes to benefit calculations and eligibility rules could impact when and how you decide to claim benefits. Talking to a financial advisor or using updated online calculators after the bill passes could help you maximize what you receive. One important point to keep in mind is that while the increases are promising, they won't happen overnight. There will be a rollout period, and some provisions may be phased in gradually. Patience and staying informed will be your best tools. Let's talk numbers for a moment. The exact amount of increase varies depending on your current benefits, your work history, and other factors. But some estimates suggest that average monthly payments could rise by anywhere from 5% to 10% or more under the new formula. For someone receiving $1,500 a month, that could mean an extra $75 to $150 each month, which adds up to nearly $1,800 extra annually. That's real money that can cover groceries, medical bills, or even a little holiday gift shopping. Remember, this isn't just about retirees. Disabled workers, survivors, and their families also stand to benefit from these changes. If you fall into one of these categories, it's especially important to understand how the bill affects your benefits and what actions, if any, you need to take. Now, I want to pause and address a common concern. What about the program's long-term funding? Social Security is financed through payroll taxes, and the trust fund that helps pay benefits has been a concern for years. This new bill includes measures aimed at improving funding stability, such as gradually increasing the taxable earnings cap. That means higher earners will contribute more, helping to shore up the system without cutting benefits. There are also discussions about additional revenue sources and reforms to ensure Social Security remains viable for decades to come. While this legislation won't solve every funding challenge overnight, it's a significant step in the right direction. So what should you do now? First, stay informed. Follow official Social Security Administration updates, trusted news sources, and expert commentary. This will help you understand how the changes apply to your specific circumstances. Second, consider reviewing your retirement and benefit strategy. If you have access to a financial advisor, schedule a session after the bill passes to reassess your plans. If you don't, there are online tools and calculators you can use to estimate how the changes might impact your benefits. Third, prepare your finances. While increased benefits are great news, managing your money wisely is still essential. Budget for essentials. First, plan for healthcare costs and set aside any extra funds for emergencies or future needs. I want to highlight one more thing that often gets overlooked: the impact of these changes on families. Social Security benefits don't just affect individuals, they support entire households. Whether it's helping adult children care for aging parents or providing survivor benefits for widows and widowers, the ripple effects are huge. The increased benefits mean families may have more financial breathing room, reducing stress and improving quality of life for many. It's a reminder that Social Security is about more than checks. It's about community and security. As we head toward January 2026, it's also important to prepare for potential bumps in the road. Political debates, implementation delays, or misunderstandings can create confusion. Don't fall for scams or misinformation. Always verify news through official sources before taking action. Let me be clear, this is a rare and exciting opportunity. Bills like this don't come around often, and the fact that we're seeing serious progress is a testament to the pressure from millions of Americans who rely on Social Security. Your voice matters, and staying engaged will help ensure the best outcome. In closing, I want to encourage you to think about what this means for your future. This isn't just about bigger checks. It's about dignity, stability, and peace of mind. Whether you're decades away from retirement or already counting on these payments, understanding and preparing for this change is one of the smartest moves you can make. Thank you for watching, and if you found this information helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more updates. I'll be covering this story closely as it develops, so stay tuned and stay empowered. Together, we can make sure that when January 2026 arrives, you're ready to benefit from this historic Social Security update.